What the fuck is going on, everybody? All zero of you right now. It's gonna be the jankiest fucking show you've ever seen, man. We got dogs barking and crazy shit going on in Johansel's background. So like, what's going on, brother, man? What are you doing tonight?
Oh man, actually nothing. I'm working, but this, like you said, man, the background right now, your dogs, my dogs, the two guys fighting over fruit turf and shit. I don't know what's going on, man.
This shit's going crazy, man. But we're out here tonight, just doing it live for no reason, man. There's definitely been some topics going on around on Twitter, man. Like with the whole PlayStation, they're doing a show next week, huh? So what do you know all about that? Because I haven't really read up on that shit. I don't keep in tune with that with that PlayStation shit, man.
Oh, let's you know what? Let's go with the official announcement. Let me pull that up right quick. Basically, next week on Wednesday or Thursday, I'm not sure. Hold on, let me double check that for you. Sony, it's finally coming out of the cave. They have no choice. They have to respond with whatever Microsoft uh, thrown at them with the Series S and the Series X price and pre-orders. So they got to come out. They got to show the console. Hopefully, the real console, not a rendering. They have to show
Correct.
price, pre-order dates, and games, which is the most important thing. Games, and I hope they're not going to be janky like they always do and show games 2, 3, 4 years far ahead of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
console thing. So
One of them fucking what do they call it, where they just show the name splash screens? Yeah.
yeah, shit like that. So, but the biggest rumor out there is they're gonna show Silent Hill, which is has been rumored for quite a long time, and then hopefully we can see that and see if it's real or not. If not, Sean was supposed to be here. He was watching a podcast with some guy that was basically betting that a bunch of shit was going on. Sean was supposed to tell us what he said, but since he's not here, I haven't heard the podcast. I'm gonna speculate, I guess, and all I've heard is about Silent Hill. Anything else? I don't know. What do you think?
Well, that rumor's been circulating for quite a while now. The whole Silent Hill, possibly being like a exclusive for the PlayStation 5. It may be a timed exclusive. I'm not exactly sure. Hopefully, if it is true that it's coming out, hopefully it's only time because I do like Silent Hill games. But if
Yeah,
it is exclusive, then that's some bullshit, and I probably won't play it for about 2 years.
yeah. That's gonna suck, man. Silent Hill
Yeah.
is one of those games that, yes, it started on PlayStation, but during the years on 360, it has opened up to other platforms. Nintendo had a few Silent Hills, Xbox had a few Silent Hills, but I'm not gonna lie. If this actually happens, it's a hard blow for us Xbox fans. But at the same time, we gotta give props to Sony for securing a game in that caliber. So hold on, let me put myself in pause because now there's people outside screaming. What the fuck?
For sure. Yeah, a bunch of crazy shit, man. But hopefully, if it does come out to be exclusive, hopefully it's only timed and that down the year or so, possibly 6 months, even us Xbox gamers will be able to play it. Maybe even PC, maybe even Nintendo Switch. We'll see if it can get rendered down to that type of a level, but we'll have to see what happens during the show. Maybe they announce other games that haven't been brought to light yet. But the fact that all this is happening this late for both companies is kind of damaging for the pre-orders, I think, man. Like the pre-orders going in like basically only 1 month away from the console
It's
launch.
unacceptable. It's unacceptable. I mean, we got it late. We wanted it a long time ago. Okay, let's be honest. I don't know your situation, but my situation is I have to save money, right? I have
Oh
to create
yeah,
a budget.
definitely,
We
man.
we have families, so we can't just like pop out $500 or six in my case just to get a console
Yeah.
and justify it. Like what you do with $600? You get nothing. I bought a console. I mean, I
And,
gotta justify
and
it,
that's
right?
for one. And that's for one.
Exactly.
Like they expect us to buy both of these consoles each for each platform, you know what I'm saying? And like I can't just drop $1,200 $1,000, whatever, like just like nothing for a fucking game console. No, it's not how it works when you have a family. It's not how it works when you have bills to pay, especially in this damn pandemic where you can barely, like, if you don't have a job,
Yeah, you're
it's
fucked.
hard as fuck to find a job. And not to mention, people are getting laid off from their jobs. So it's definitely difficult. This shit should have been brought out way sooner because people need to save, and it's hard to save right now, harder than it's been in a long time.
Exactly. So I mean, the S kind of helps
It's kind
in
of
a
a
big.
saving grace, you know what I
Yes, it's
mean?
saving grace. Is a big saving grace. A lot of people are considering it. People, but but yes, this is. I don't know what was going on between Microsoft and Sony actually, because we can speculate that they both were playing chicken. But at the end, we really don't know. We don't know what happened. We don't know if they were having trouble with manufacturing and shit like that. We don't know if they had trouble with piecing part the silicone. We don't know. So, but it's still, if it's this late, it's only 2 months, man. It's only 2 months for a bunch of people to save up,
Right.
and so that part I see it bad. The good part is at least we got the prices now.
At least
Finally,
we have an option
yeah.
that's lower than most. If you don't have the money like that, if you don't have $500-600 to blow on a next gen console, you have that let I would say less powerful, but still next gen
Capable,
quality
still capable.
option to get into next generation at a cheaper price
That's right.
until you can save up money for the more powerful consoles, the more powerful options.
That's right. That's right. But
And like there's been rumors about the PlayStation 5 all digital price of being at $400, and people are saying that there's no way in hell that's
I
going to
don't, I don't, I don't, I don't, I don't know. I don't know because after this leak, which they're saying this is what's not control leak, they're actually stating that it was supposed to come out next week. All the S news and the pre-orders shit, but
happen.
I don't think Sony can bring those prices that low. I mean, we ourselves we already heard that the prices to create a PlayStation and to assemble it, it's only $450. So I don't know how low they can bring it down. I know they're not gonna bring it down 299. That's not gonna happen. And if they do, Jesus Christ, they're gonna take a loss, like a big fucking loss, which is not gonna happen either. So
I don't see that happening.
here's the marketing I think they're gonna take. They can't they can't be more powerful because Series X is more powerful anyway. They can't be lower price because the Series S is already there. So their marketing is going to be exclusives and first party games, which is always has been. So
Exactly.
they're gonna go balls to the wall next week, showing every single card they have in big games. A bunch of them won't have any dates. Let's be honest. They're not gonna be all launch titles. Hey, who knows? Maybe we'll see God of War 2 next week. But you're not going to see a date on that. They're going to show you a promise, like they always have. Every single console generation, they start with a bunch of trailers. The games don't come out 2, 3, 4 years later, but they have the promise. They have, look, we're making this game, and during that wait, you have, I guess they'll fill that shit with third party deals and things like that, which Microsoft should do. But like R&B sent us in the DMs, apparently Microsoft is investing big money in a game, not a purchase, but a game, an exclusive game. What could that be?
Right. That just it's more a bait and switch. You know what I mean? Like say we can give you this splash screen of a game that you know is going to come at some point, but it might not be like three, 4 fucking years.
Exactly.
Say, hey, come buy our console, but you're stuck with this shit for like 2, 3 years.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry. This is our wallet, not yours. We don't give a fuck about yours. We only want money in our bank. That's the thing. People capping online about the price of the Series S. It's like, no, this is saving the consumer money. So I don't understand.
Yeah. Uh, Social media is crazy. It's sometimes I don't get it because I could take my fanboy cap off my eye. I could take it off my glasses off the just be real about shit, right? And
Five
I
years
get,
up.
but no, this is The hate is real. The For no fucking reason, and but it's cool, man. It's cool. You know how it is out in the streets. And next
Right,
week's
right.
gonna be worse. Next week is gonna be even worse. It's gonna be, but let's see what Microsoft does. Microsoft have to do something. They already showed all the cards. We got the services. We got the price. We got the power. Sony's gonna come out. We got the games. That's it. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, with EA going into Game Pass, that's looking like a tough thing to beat, in my opinion.
True. That's true. Which is funny because my cousin just came by before we started the podcast,
Hmm.
and he was like, hey, we're having a little conversation, and I'm like, hey, what do you think about the S? He's like, yo, I like it. And then I told him, have you seen the Game Pass announcement? He's like, what? So I showed him the trailer. He's like, when is that shit going on? Like, holiday. He's like, yo, that's dope. And he's really excited. And he's still rocking an
Yeah,
Xbox One fat one. So,
yeah,
I
man, that's
mean,
gonna be fire, man. You got to look at games like FIFA. Like I would say Madden, but I don't think it's on that level anymore, honestly. But FIFA,
no, FIFA's big.
that's worldwide, and
Yeah, it is.
like, a lot of people love FIFA. So FIFA going into Game Pass brings a lot more people into Game Pass, I think.
Yeah, that's right. So,
Battlefield, Battlefield
Battlefield.
games.
Yeah, but Battlefield has always been second to COD.
It,
So, it's
I know,
big. It's
but
big,
still,
but it's big. It's big, though. It's big.
it's the direct competitor.
But I think the big part it's not only FIFA and the sports games, but we got Star Wars, man. Star Wars, even though people hate the
Star Wars,
microtransaction and that shit, there's a huge fan base of Star Wars out there.
Star Wars Battlefront, and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Not to
Exactly.
mention UFC, which is pretty big. Need for Speed, which is pretty big. Plants vs Zombies, more games for the kids too. It's just like a whole plethora of games. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, right. So yeah, Microsoft is beating them on the service side. So
Titanfall too. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
Titanfall.
If they
So
come out with a new one of those, that would be nice.
so let's keep let's say let's imagine some shit from next week from Sony. Silent Hill isn't one of the probabilities, right? What else do you think they're gonna show? They're gonna show Miles Morales, which is with gameplay and everything. I don't think that game is gonna be anything but stellar, to be honest. Spider Man, it's Insomniac. They do great games.
Right.
It's gonna look great. What else? Really don't think Horizon Zero Dawn is gonna be there. I don't think so. I think maybe Demon Souls, even though I think that shit is not gonna come as a launch title. I think Demon Souls is gonna be showing gameplay, GT gameplay, but what else could be there? Because they said on the tweet they're going to show games at launch and beyond. What else could be there? What else could be that one game that everybody's going to talk about? Capcom may be there. Street Fighter 6, don't you
Maybe.
think?
I don't know if that would fire everybody up, considering what happened with Street Fighter Five.
But it's still a Street Fighter. That's the problem.
Yeah, but that shit was garbage. In my opinion, yeah,
Yeah,
it might be big, you know.
honestly, my cousin when he bought it, we played it for a while and we got bored with it really fucking quick, and we're like, this game is just a shell, it sucked. So and it got
Yeah,
stained that way. It stayed with that stain for quite. Oh my god, my dog. So it stayed with that stain, and even though, but it's a worldwide fighting game, to be
yeah. I
honest.
mean, it's really popular fighting game. It has an extraordinary fan base, of course. And then you have the what are the esports for the fighting games? I forget what they're
Evo.
called, but yeah, they got canceled this year. So maybe a game like that coming out could be big for fans and
Yeah.
esport players alike.
I think also we're gonna see the maybe a teaser for Final Fantasy VII Part Two. Also, we might see that, which they haven't announced yet for the Xbox One yet, right? So I'm guessing Final Fantasy VII Part One remake is gonna
Yeah,
be on the Xbox Series X.
I can definitely see that happening. Yeah, for sure. They might just launch it with the Series X or shortly after. I can see that happening. And we're supposed to get all the Final Fantasy games prior in the Game Pass. That's what they said at XO19.
Yep.
So we're still waiting for a couple people.
Is
Or
XO19 happening?
XO, well, it would be like
2020.
XO 20.
XO20. Yeah, XO20. Is it happening?
No word on it yet. I'm not exactly sure. We got a couple people in the building though. What's going on, guys? What's going on, Cray?
Yo, what's up?
Cray
What's up?
Simmons, man. What's going on,
Oh
man?
god damn, we're not alone. Jesus Christ.
No, y'all ain't alone, man. I was playing Avengers and I looked down and saw it popped up. I said, man, let me see what's going on. Let me get in this.
How's the
So what's
Avengers
going
though?
on? What we talking about?
We're talking about a little bit about everything, man. We're talking about next week, PlayStation, what could go down, speculating a little bit, nothing serious, just
Well,
rambling a little bit.
I'm gonna say this. I tweeted out early today while I was at work and shit. I said, let's keep that same energy. Sony better not show no CGI trailers, no freaking clips. It's got to be gameplay on a PS5. No dev kit, no PC equivalent. Let's keep that same energy. They got to show full on gameplay because that's what everybody goes to when it comes to Xbox. Oh, they didn't show enough gameplay, or it was running on the PC equivalent to the Xbox. So we got to keep it fair across the board. That's the way I feel, right?
Yeah, definitely. So what do you
So,
think they're gonna show?
uh, well, I saw
Apart
Corey
from the obvious,
Ballard.
apart from the obvious, because they already
Oh.
stated they're gonna show launch titles and beyond, and we know Sony how they work. They show you trailers for 2-3 years of games, which take time, and they show you with a promise, right? And then they show up
Yeah.
3-4 years later. So apart from the obvious,
Well-
which is GT, Spider Man, what else? Demon Souls, maybe. What
God of
else?
War.
God of War, for example. What do you think could bring the roof on fire? What will happen next week?
Honestly, man, I get a PlayStation for the 3 to 4 exclusives that I gotta play or can't get nowhere else. Man, if they do something like Ghost of Tsushima was a hit, so if they have another game in the pocket that was like as good as Ghost or on that level, that's what I'm thinking. But I think they're gonna do what they always do. They're gonna tease us with a new God of War. They're gonna tease us with possibly maybe an actual Spider-Man 2 instead of the $500 DLC. And like I said, they gonna capitalize on Demon Souls because for whatever reason, people love to get punished in video games. I just can't get into it, man. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Then they might throw some VR in there because I'm actually looking at a VR unit, either for my computer or a console. And if they can do PSVR wireless, as what the rumors and everybody's saying, that'll be cool because I do enjoy VR. I just can't do it for long. But
Yeah,
I think they just can go back to the well, man. God of
Yeah.
War, something like that. That's what I'm thinking.
Mhm,
But
okay.
it got to be gameplay. It can't be no trailers, man. As so far, it's no good this generation. No more trailers, teasers. It's got to be gameplay. So that's all I'm looking forward to. It's got to be gameplay, or it's an
I'm
automatic
I'm
L.
kind of sick of
Fail.
people talking about that type of shit online. Like it was never like that before. Oh, there wasn't enough gameplay in that trailer, so that's an L for you. You know what I'm saying? Like they're the ones starting this
Yeah.
shit, bro. And so like if PlayStation comes and does the exact same shit, no, you're not switching that shit back. You were talking all
No,
that
it's
shit
automatic
before,
L.
so it's gonna be the same
Automatic.
fucking thing for you. You know what I mean?
Order fucking matic L. I don't see no CG or like they did with Hellblade. They said it was in-game engine. They said it wasn't good enough. I don't see no in-game nothing. Show me
What's up,
actual
fella?
gameplay.
What's going on, Artemis? How you doing,
Nothing
bro?
much.
What's
All
up?
right, all right.
Good to have you
What up,
on,
man?
brother.
Good deal.
So what do you think? Are we actually gonna see Silent Hill next week? Is that shit true or is total bullshit?
I'm not gonna hold
Mhm.
my breath. It's been what
I
3,
don't.
4 years they've been teasing it.
Yeah,
They
I think
haven't
they're
seen
more
that.
likely. I think they're more likely to show SOCOM or that Resistance Fall of Man before they show Silent Hill, because I've been hearing rumors on those PlayStation blogs or podcasts. They've been looking at that, so that might be more likely. They might be, like I said, a splash screen or something like that. They say Silent Hill. That's what I'm
That ain't gonna
thinking.
be good enough. It got to be gameplay. That's what they killed. They killed Xbox on. It's got to be no splash screen. Got to be gameplay. I want to see Silent Hill gameplay running at full 4K 60. Because they killed
I'm thinking.
Hellblade 2.
I'm thinking they would
What's
have
up?
showed that in June because your big games come out in June, and then this is supposed to be kind of your, you know, your pricing and what's the system about. The show's only 40 minutes, so I don't think it's going to be too much of anything really super new, especially gameplay wise, especially when they're trying to show the value of the system.
Now,
So
people like
basically,
me, us. Oh, yeah, wait, my bad.
no, go ahead. Don't worry about it.
No, I would say people like us, we understand that. But I'm just keeping that same energy. So I'm gonna be an ass if they don't show no gameplay. I'm just gonna be like, nope, fail, nope. But I get it. Show the console physically, hopefully. Show what it can do. Because like I said, I'm getting a PS5. I always end up getting all the consoles anyway. So I just gonna keep that same energy across the board. No more damn goal post moving. No more exceptions to the rule. We gotta keep it fair. So if it ain't no gameplay, no new game footage, it's automatic L. So that's how I'm gonna play
Gotcha.
it.
All right,
Yeah,
fair enough. Then fair enough. That's a good way of seeing things. But with
And,
ponies, that's not
yeah,
gonna happen. You know that.
I know it ain't.
it's never that way, man.
So, how much do you guys think Sony's gonna undercut Microsoft if they can at the end? I mean, they're not gonna equal the price of the Series S. Let's keep it real. That shit is too that's too cheap to be honest to be a next gen console. So how much you guys are they're gonna undercut the Series X if they can?
Well, you think I was arguing with Moss about this, and he always calls me, Tony Roberts and all that stuff for his
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
but I kind of think. I mean, I always say you got to go where the market goes or so like that. They already know the history. They can't go. They can't be the market leader and go in 600 again, right? So I'm thinking they have to match, but they have to show some kind of value at that match. And they say, hey, one 10-hour game can't sell you a $500 game, especially when Microsoft is selling you a $300 system and a $500 system. Plus, you can walk out the door at $25 or $35 a month with 2 years of Game Pass with it. So it's going to be hard. But I'm thinking about 500 and 450 for the discless.
You
I,
still
I
think 450 though? I don't know.
I've never seen a console with a 50, like 250, 350. I've never seen a console like that. It's always been 99.
Yeah, but we never seen two consoles. We never seen
That's true.
two versions of the same console come out at the same time either. So,
Yeah.
and this has been a strange year.
I don't remember who said this, but it was on Scrampun's podcast. I think it was Storm who said it. What if they know Sony knowing that they can't undercut Microsoft in one way because let's be honest, the consoles are expensive to make. What if they bundle that motherfucker with Spider-Man?
Can I say one thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Shoot, brother.
Are you going to replay? Now, is this a new Spider-Man or just
No,
Spider-Man?
Miles. I'm talking about Miles.
Okay,
Which is,
Miles Morales.
we
So
know it's not a big game. It's a 10-hour game. It's a DLC, like we've been saying.
yeah, don't get me wrong. I love Spider-Man. PS4 is cool, but haven't been back and replayed it since. I don't see in like Uncharted Lost Legacy. I I don't know, man. That's a lot of money, man. I don't care if you bundle it in. You still, I mean, when you look at it, you're still paying anywhere from $400 to $500 for a DLC exclusive game. Cause that's what get their toes tingling and all that. That word exclusive. So Nah, I don't see it, but the hardcore gonna buy it, just like the hardcore Xbox guys. We're gonna buy Xbox no matter what. But the casuals, I think what's gonna do it is going to be is Call of Duty, where it's gonna play the best at, where it's gonna look the best at. And then with crossplay being the thing, you can't say no longer that, well, my friends got Call of Duty on PlayStation, so I gotta get it there. You do the crossplay, you're gonna get it where it play the best, what suits your needs. That's what I look at it. That's what I'm thinking. But you're gonna have the hardcore that's gonna be Sony and Xbox and Nintendo Switch no matter what. But I think the majority of people is gonna go what's gonna play the best, look the best, and most affordable. That's what I think.
All right, fair enough.
I think what was the rumor before, because they was hearing maybe feedback, it was going to be only like a 5-hour to 10-hour DLC that they was going to package in a originally enhanced version of Spider-Man with that DLC, so they can justify selling that $60. I mean, I heard that rumor because they said it couldn't be no more than $40 for that game. But then you're talking about packages in when they're already going to probably have to take a price cut on selling these machines with this super advanced cooling tech and everything like that, and this blow on a controller, which still costs $70-$80.
Jesus Christ!
So, are you serious? $80 controller, regular controller?
I mean, people have been buying a bunch of custom controllers on the Xbox Controller Lab, so I can't hate on that, man. People like what they like.
But it's custom. You can get your own. You can pick what you want on it.
That's true. That's true.
It's custom. So, but this is a standard black, white, or whatever color scheme they're gonna launch with.
No, it's custom, brother. It's got haptic feedback. It's got sweat guards and it knows.
Yeah, but that's the basic PS5 controller, though.
Look, I would be funny. What if you somebody like me that drinks and you blow into it and it deems your alcohol levels too high?
Oh shit!
Is it gonna set your game off? Is it gonna cut your game?
Damn. You're too intoxicated to play this right now.
Yeah, especially if it's GT. What is it? Whatever they doing the true driving sim. Oh, you're too drunk to get behind the wheel.
Oh shit!
They're probably gonna want you to get drunk.
Funny as hell, you might get a trophy for that.
You might. Too drunk to drive.
They probably want you to get drunk and buy some DLC. I said you need to buy some DLC. You can't get this.
Damn. They might have a robot help you with the game after that.
Yeah.
Want a room where they had a companion buddy you can buy?
Oh yeah, there was a little it looked like a little cloud robot.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it looked like a cotton candy.
Bro.
It looked like a cotton candy bullshit. Look, that's exactly what it looked like on the patent picture.
Let's see if I can find a picture of that shit, man.
I need me a companion to play PlayStation. Holy shit!
Oh my god!
Oh man!
What I mean, yeah. That controller is a bit. To me, it has that bullshit that when you pull the trigger, you can feel the tension of the bow and the triggers and whatever. I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm gonna bet people are gonna use it for a while, like 2-3 days, and after a while, they're like, "Fuck this!" They're gonna disable that option because why would you want to put tension when you're trying to be competitive on a shooter or something?
Jesus.
That's
Hey, let's be true too. Xbox had it first.
Yeah, but it didn't have any tension against it. I mean, just
you know what? Even to have the feedback, the games that don't use it versus the games that use it, I really don't miss it, man. It ain't no big deal to me.
It's just a feature. It's not necessary. It's
fine.
Fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm all right, man. It's cool, but it ain't nothing that like, oh shit, I have to buy the PS5, man. I'm good. I like the regular Rumble we got now, and if you got switches, you can blow on one switch part of one of the whatever they call Joy-Cons, and the other one vibrate. It ain't no big deal, man.
But back to the price. But I'm thinking this is the honest spender. It might be $500, but I'm thinking they have to price at $600 just I'm thinking from the shareholders' position, right? Because if you're a company that only makes one product, right? one product that's good. They're not 7 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever. They were in TVs, they were in cameras, they were even in the cell phone market, right? Even the laptop market. And they made very good stuff. They were trying to compete against Apple with their bio products, right?
Mm-hmm.
But all those products went under. And so you're saying now, and Moss was trying to talk about the PS4 Pro, they undercut sell that, but you still have the base PS4 selling at a cheap price where they were making money on it because it was, 5 years in. But anyway, if you can say they'll sell this at a loss for $100 or $200, and they're going to sell 115 million. Let's say they match this generation. Are they willing to lose $1 billion or anything like that on their system when they said it costs $450 just to build the system?
I don't know. Have you seen the tweet from Daniel Amand? Have you seen that tweet?
No.
He said will include games from launch, prior, and beyond. I was originally going to make a joke about PS5 price and date won't be mentioned, but I don't think it will be able to handle the replies. Basically, he's saying that we're not going to see the date, we're not going to see the price in this show.
If they don't show the price, something's going on. That thing's gonna be. I think it's gonna be more than $500. I ain't gonna say 600, but like you said, it's never been a 50, 550 or whatever increment. But I think that's.
I really think they're scrambling to get the price. I really think so. That SSD and that cooling system is. I mean, let's be honest. Look how big that fucking system is.
That thing is huge.
That shit is huge. I don't care. Maybe I don't know what they did on the inside that shit, but that shit looks expensive.
But you know what though? The thing that gives the PS5 the height. Now, I'm not a tech guy, so I don't know what the hell's in it. But it's like the side panels. Don't like nothing's in it, but it's just the way they designed it. If you cut them suckers down and make them flush with the center part of the console, where I'm guessing all of the hardware is at, it wouldn't be as big. I don't know, unless them extra wings serve a purpose.
Apparently the wings serves like an airflow purpose. I don't know. I'm not an engineer, so I don't got no idea what is that for.
Yeah, see, but I think that's what's making the console huge.
It's perfect. The primary purpose of it is because of the clock speed of the GPU. They have to cool it down some kind of way. So
you got to sync up with your satellite.
Yeah, definitely.
No, we stop.
No, keep going with that shit, man. We all about the bullshit. We're off the cuff right now.
But I mean, real talk though. I mean, I'm gonna get in the PS5. I mean,
I'll get it in a couple years, man. Not gonna lie.
I bought the Switch for like 2 games in the beginning, man. So,
yeah.
And I had to do the bundle to get like No More Heroes. I didn't even play that shit, but I had to get that bundle to get it. I mean, it is what it is, man. But boy, these guys out here guarding, man. Soon PlayStation Defense Force, man, they'll assemble like fucking Voltron, bro. And then they get on us because we like what we like. I don't want Xbox to be like PlayStation. If that was the case, I play on PlayStation. So, or I want to be like PC, I play on PC. I like what Xbox is doing. They got stuff for everybody. And, obviously they want to sell the console, but you don't want the console now with xCloud coming and shit like that, Game Pass. It's a win-win across the board, man. And then they bought all these studios, but people want them to shit a game out. Like, they just bought this studio, the game's supposed to drop next week. It takes time.
Yeah, it does.
Just like what was that game that just got pushed back from PlayStation with the girl?
That's
Magic
Kena.
Yeah. You saw the tweets, they telling them, take your time, PlayStation. Greatness comes to whose wait. But then with Halo Infinite, the infamous Craig and all that, we tell Bungie, 343, take your time, get it right. Xbox broken. Xbox been dying for the last 6 years, apparently, since I've been in the gaming social media.
Yeah, no shit. Didn't see that shit for years.
I guess it's gonna die this year now. I don't know. But it's crazy, man. That's why I put up the hashtag hypocrisy, hashtag PlayStation fanboys. And they are the definition of it. You look it up, PlayStation fanboys right there.
It's been. I thought Xbox died years ago.
Man,
if I can't remember it. It must have died a couple times.
It
and,
resurrected,
and yet here we are. You know,
doing better than ever.
right?
Games they said wouldn't do good. Look at Sea of Thieves. Look at Grounded. Shit, crazy, man. I mean, yeah, I don't play Sea of Thieves. I don't play Grounded, but I'm not gonna knock a game if it's successful. That ain't my cup of tea.
Right.
Cool, but you enjoy it, just like Persona 5 or the Persona. I don't play that shit, but I don't get it. You don't see me on Twitter knocking it. That ain't my thing.
That's the
Facts.
difference. But that's the difference. I don't know. Maybe my Twitter feed is different, but all the Xbox guys that I have, we are pro Xbox guys, but we don't go out there and criticize or attack
Nope.
Sony fans. We don't. As far as
I just rebuttal. I just
know.
rebuttal.
Exactly.
I'll talk
They
my
attack-
shit,
exactly.
but I'll rebuttal.
They talk and they attack and we respond back because we're not going to keep shut. But I don't see that massive attack like they did with the memory thing on the Series S now. They're saying that the Series S now is holding everything back. So which one is it? Is it last gen or this gen is holding this back? Which one is it, man? Make your mind.
Tomorrow's gonna be next gen holding this gen back. Watch what I tell
What,
you. Somebody don't went into the future another 6-7 years and said, "Oh shit, PS 6 and Xbox Series whatever was held back by the Xbox Series S." I'm like, huh? But I'm gonna say this: everybody buying that's talking about shit being held back, they all, especially the PC guys, they all better get a 30 series graphics card when them bitches go on sale. Because other than that, you're holding me back now.
Mm-hmm.
You're holding me back.
When you talk about the feedback, it's just like why are they capping for a system that nobody's going to buy? All we hardcores are not going to buy the Series S for ourselves. Maybe for a few kids or family members or whatever. And the next thing you know, it's like, oh, look at it. It can't play 1X games. Or it's okay,
But see,
it's supposed to be the step up for the Series S.
I mean,
It can play the 1X games. It just ain't gonna do the 4K package.
Exactly. I mean, Post up explained it beautifully on a tweet. That what is the point of using the Xbox X enhanced ones if the game the console is not meant for that? So that's why he's not taking
4K.
Exactly. So it's taking the other enhancement, which is the 1X. Which I mean, it makes sense when you say it, but you know.
Mm-hmm. But then it's kind of crazy though. Like you had these developers, and you was in the tweet when we was in going back and forth with, call it, and then the guy comes out and say, "Oh, it'll work perfectly," and I'm like, okay, and we give you the answer, and all you doing is plastic war. So I was like, the answer is right here. It's like simple as that. How are they gonna do this? Okay, but they're gonna do that sampler feedback streaming stuff.
Look, and that's the part that annoys me. Every developer wants more RAM. Of course they do.
Yep.
Everybody wants more of everything. But you remember back in the day when the consoles were extremely limited, and these guys came with these artistic, great games with the power they had. Now everybody's complaining that we don't have enough power, and you still make a shitty game. So it's like now work can't be hard no more. It's like come on, man.
Tell you a secret. I work with developers. I work with developers because I manage their projects. So they are lazy. They want to take the easiest route out a lot of times, and they want to be one and done and quick and over.
Because look at Borderlands 3. Obviously, the Xbox One X can run that game much better than what it did. But what they catered to, the lowest platform, and ported it across all stages. Even the PC had issues. The great PC had issues for a while. And that's the thing, man. You see these guys on Twitter that's supposed to be developers that got the code. They up there talking shit. It's either you're a good developer or you are a shitty developer.
I mean, exactly.
Which bracket do you fall in?
I already stated this on a tweet. I'm not a developer. I got no idea or nothing about making games. But if you're a great developer,
you'll make it work.
Look what. So let's be honest. Look what Naughty Dog does with the Slim and the not the Pro, but the regular PS4. Look at that shit, man.
It looks good.
And you're telling me that a next gen Navi 2 or RDNA 2, whatever you want to call it, with an SSD inside, better processor, and all this new tech can't do what you want to do, but you did make it work on a fat and a regular PlayStation 4. That's what you're telling me. That's the part that I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Something's
That's why it's
wrong.
called-
That something is extremely wrong with you guys, or just creating a hate, or you're just ponies. I don't know. I don't know what
It's
the
a
answer is,
narrative.
but it's
It's a
like
narrative.
nothing. Even though it was great news these few days, they found a fucking way to move the goalpost. It's astonishing what they do, how they change the things, man.
Just like Giraffe Killy, what his name? Giraffe Killy. This dude, man, he is the wrong person to be an ambassador for video games. He should just be up there as I'm a Sony guy and do Sony shit. And that's what kills me with Microsoft. Why you keep constantly going to this ass clown? He constantly shits, and like same thing with IGN. That whole site is trash, man. Why you keep going? It's so many. They might not have the clout that IGN got, but there's so many big YouTubers and influencers out here that keep it real, keep it positive. I ain't saying you got to be pro Xbox, but you got people out here that just review games, talk about games, and they will not get a shot. But because IGN got that spot in Giraffe Killy, whatever, what's his name?
Jeff
Hideo
Keighley.
Kojima Killy.
Oh Jesus.
Jeff Keighley. Yeah. You know, cause he is what he is, man. I won't get that motherfucker shit, bro. He couldn't see shit on mine as I was Microsoft.
For real.
I ran that company. I wouldn't see him shit. Nothing.
I completely
But-
agree. I called him out on Twitter a couple times. I'm surprised I ain't blocked.
Man,
That
fuck
motherfucker,
yeah.
man.
You? Oof. I've seen your tweets and you're like, holy shit.
Giraffe Killy, fuck him.
Man,
That
I feel like
motherfucker probably married
I
to
mean,
Zima under the collar.
but if you think about it in a business standpoint, he's big. He's huge in
He's
gaming.
big, yeah.
So you have to
He
send him
is.
the shit. You have to. That's the worst part. You have to send him the shit.
Yeah. That's the thing, man. I mean, you're supposed to be non-biased, but we all got preferences. I mean, come on, that's why we
Of
here
course,
now.
we all bias in some way.
We all pro Xbox, but
man,
I do game on
I
PlayStation.
ain't like dude since he was like, oh, he ain't messing with E3, man. From then I was like, what's wrong with this guy? But
But
then
look,
I
though,
understand they did take people information and put it out there, so I guess some people feel like
He probably leaked it.
right. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he trying to set up his own thing to eliminate E3, and like, no, bro, we need
No.
E3, man. We need
No.
E3.
Especially after this year, man. What a
Yeah.
shit show, man. Everything is bad this year, man.
Because remember, after him and Jason Schreier was like, oh, we ain't going to E3, like everybody else tried to jump on that bandwagon. And I'm like, come on, bro. Y'all tripping, bro. E3 is like video game Christmas, bro.
E3 is the shit.
Yeah.
I never been, but
Yeah.
you gotta have E3, man.
Yeah, definitely.
We all see what happened. Look at it. Shit is trash.
No.
Freaking can't nobody get shit together right. But y'all remember Jeff Keighley on Game Trailers TV?
I remember him like that.
Back in the day when the 360 was ruling,
Mhm.
he was all positive. He
He
might
was.
be the ultimate flip flop. Never know.
Now that I think about it, yeah, you're right. On 360,
He
yeah,
might
he
be
was,
the ultimate flip flopper.
yeah, he's
Because
right.
I remember on Game Trailers TV, he used to come on Spike TV.
Yeah,
He praising everything Microsoft.
Mhm.
So I don't know, man. He might be the most saltiest person in the gaming concept right now. I don't know.
Man, anything Xbox, he just act like, oh, here's Xbox.
Oh, okay.
But
That's
then it's
man.
PlayStation, oh, fucking Bugsnax. Oh, fuck, the greatest.
Bro, I swear to God, that controller shit, he was going the fuck off. But when the Xbox
I
May
didn't
show
see
came
the
around, when
Yeah.
the Xbox May show came around, he was like, oh,
He's like,
Xbox
oh, Xbox.
today.
Right.
PS5 controller reveal. He's like, oh my God, the whole fucking
Hype.
timeline.
Honestly, I think he
Like,
got a
what the
contract.
fuck?
Mm,
My guy
Yeah,
said,
he
I'm in
got
a
a contract.
PlayStation game.
I mean,
Hideo
most likely,
Kojima.
yeah.
What you say?
Because remember what
Hey, don't
was
get
that
me wrong,
thing that
that's
had?
cool.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, man. What the hell?
Oh, shit, somebody barking.
Jesus Christ. Is that that you,
no,
Dan?
if you
No,
contract
that wasn't
to a
me.
I ain't got no damn nose. But no, for if you contracted, that's one thing. But I like a lot of people that let people know that Sony sent me this or
That was
whatever
my dog.
sent me
Sorry about
this
that.
or okay,
No problem. No
yeah,
problem.
let it be known. But don't sit here and act like you're a quote unbiased, boom boom whatever, and then you get up there and like you said, man, when the Xbox Series X was revealed at the Game Awards and they showed the Hellblade
Oh
jump,
man, that motherfucker
It
was
he was
looked
shell
like,
shocked. Did you see the
Yo,
look on his
yeah,
face? He was
but
like,
yeah,
"Oh my
he wasn't
goodness."
told. They
He
showed
was,
him a Game
yeah, they
Pass
lied to
commercial,
him.
and
Yep,
then
they
10
did.
minutes before the announcement, they're like, "Hey, we're showing something of new console." And he's like, "What?" So he had this face of like, "Damn."
He looked like he was more hyped for Godfall.
I mean, and God, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna try Godfall because I like that type of shit. I like Destiny, and I'm playing Avengers, which is like Destiny. But don't sit here
It
and
ain't
tell me
look
it's the
better.
best thing you ever
Yeah,
seen. That
it ain't
shit
look
look like
better than
something we see
Hellblade 2.
now.
Yeah, it ain't look better than
No, I
Hellblade
ain't
2.
seen nothing look like Hellblade 2 yet.
I want
Nothing.
y'all to think about this too. They showed Hellblade 2 last year, right? They could have well shown Hellblade 2 again, bro, in July and the June event, all that.
That's a
Man,
mystery, man. We don't know why they did
they
I
not.
think they just
they
didn't want to show the
they're
same stuff.
holding it. They're
Well,
purposely holding
no,
it. I know they are. They have to be. They're
I think,
waiting
I
for
mean, because we would
PlayStation.
expect so much from
about to
that
be on the
game because
first
we
one.
want to
It's
see
a lot of,
gameplay.
and you gotta have a lot of people close proximity.
They
Yeah.
waiting for PlayStation to show something,
And
so then
if
they
they
go
go
show
in and try to
Hellblade
do the
and
animations
bust
without
their
the
ass.
mocap,
Man, Hellblade
Yeah, no,
gonna
but
bust.
oh,
still,
when it
you must
comes
have
out,
something.
Trust me,
it's gonna
It has
Hellblade
to
is
kill.
be
gonna
something.
bust.
So
Whatever
let's.
PlayStation 5 got, the Hellblade 2 gonna come and fuck it up. And they're waiting. They know it's gonna fuck it up. So they're like, listen, just chill. We gonna be pissed off because we waiting, as we should. But man, when they show that Hellblade 2, you telling me that shit not gonna look good? Come on, man.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Out
Mm-hmm.
of what I see so far, Gears 5 still blowing shit out the water.
Yep.
I'm gonna call it
Preach.
like it is.
Speak on it.
Gears 5 still blowing shit. I ain't seen nothing current gen running look like Gears 5. You
Speak
can
on it.
hate
Damn,
on
tell him.
Gears, call it the same
60
formula.
frames.
And then you go play Gears 5 at 120? What?
Jesus.
Talk about
Man,
it.
you talking about that? You see that new Ori playing at 120 frames?
Oh my god.
Man,
Oh
Man,
my
I
god.
got to finish Ori. I'm a fraud though, but Ori's
Imagine,
fun. That
imagine.
shit tough.
Okay,
bro,
that shit tough.
that game at 120 frames. Like I
120,
didn't think the game could look better, but when I seen that shit,
bro.
I was like, oh my goodness.
Devin, 120 with that Dolby Vision.
Dolby
Come on,
Vision,
Man,
bro.
yeah, Dolby. Oh
With that
man, yeah,
HDR. Oh
with the
my god, the
Atmos too.
colors. Yeah, the colors in that game is fantastic, bro. That game
see,
so
You know, I
I
was.
got a QLED. I wish I got the OLED, but I'm happy with my QLED. I'm keeping it for a while. I'm good. But Gears 5 looks beautiful up there right now. I can't wait to play that bitch on the Series X.
You know,
yeah.
I was arguing, not Chase, but I was arguing with Crap this afternoon, and he was
Why you
talking about.
arguing with
Wait,
crap?
what?
Don't
I'm
argue
talking.
with that
Crap,
kid.
crap. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I
No,
didn't
he
even
was.
use that word. My bad. My bad.
Yo,
He
put
was. He
me on
was.
the podcast, man. What's up, brother? Man, finally got you on some shit. My bad to cut y'all off though, but man,
But yeah.
No,
what's
because
going
of my
on,
work
brother?
schedule, man. And then my
Okay.
wife mad right now because we're supposed to be chilling, watching movies. I said, man, let me get up here for a minute. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
but the thing I was going to bring up is I was listening to this podcast with Good Old Gamer or something like that, and he brought up a good point. He said if you buy a PlayStation for its exclusives, if you're just primarily buying for excuses in the beginning of the gen and you don't have no exclusives, why are you buying the PS5? If that's going to be your exclusive machine. He was like, you can buy it like almost close to the end of the generation for like $200 and get every game for $10 because everybody sells their one and done games, and you can save money unless you're just trying to be there when it first happens. And I was like, that's a good point. Why would I buy a game if I'm gonna have all my friends playing on Xbox multiplats and everything like that, where I can enjoy those experiences? Like everybody's playing Avengers, right? If you're playing Avengers
Yep.
now, you're not waiting to play Avengers. You're playing with your friends before the next, multiplayer game come out, or NBA 2K1 or Madden 21, right? You're playing that now. So I'm like, I said, but they don't believe I know it's a casual's take, right? But it's just a thing. It's like, okay, I'm waiting on Miles Morales. I'm pay $60 for Miles Morales, but what's the next game? Horizon, which may come out in end of 2021 or beginning of 2022 or something like that. And I was thinking, it's like, okay. I said I'll wait till it goes. If it's the same price, I said I might get it. But if it's, I can wait for Black Friday sale.
Black Friday.
Digital version.
Yeah. But you know what? Everybody not realizing, dog, is okay. My wife, right? She plays games, but she's like a casual. She plays The Sims. If I'm not home and she on my Xbox, she playing The Sims. She like, babe, I want the new Xbox that's coming out. Fortunately, that shit is $299. Okay, she could play The Sims, right? If she wanted a PlayStation 5, she wouldn't be able to play The Sims because it's not backwards compatible. And I don't think people realize that with the Series X or the Series S, she could play The Sims and still have all that next gen features and all that shit, and and do her thing. And it's a nice little small system. It's perfect for her.
Man,
And a lot of people not thinking about that. She ain't playing all this. She want to play The Sims 4. Can you play The Sims 4 on the PS5?
Nah.
hey, can you carry the PS5 in a handbag?
You,
I know you can kill
I'm
somebody.
gonna tell you what you do
That
to
shit,
move
you
the
could turn that
PS5.
bitch into
You put it in a
You
shopping
gotta
cart.
Bitch, put that
Look,
bitch in a
no,
bag.
you gotta get a full size pickup, and 3 or 4 of your friends to come load that bitch in the back of the pickup and take you where you need to go.
I'm telling you, Phil
No,
Spencer did an interview with that shit right behind him.
I saw that.
Everybody
Was that the
my
console?
goodness.
Or
That
was
was
that
the console on the side,
actually-
like laying on
when
the side.
I saw that interview and I saw that, but I thought it was a book or something.
You would never have thought, like, damn, that shit really is that small.
That little console.
That's crazy.
Is going
It was next to a handbag. Did you notice? They were like showing it right down to your face. And look how small it is. You can put it in your purse.
And that,
Well, I'm gonna
that
say
shit
this:
is going
if
to
that is
sell
truly
off.
the Xbox Series S, and they did that on purpose, that was gangster. But I don't think that was a console. I think it's Microsoft. Phil probably got
No,
some
they
shit
said
in
it
there
was a
that
console.
he
They
ain't
said it.
got.
They said it. They actually
They said
said
it
it.
was a
They
console.
said it. They
Yeah, they said
officially
And
said it.
Digital Foundry says
Yeah.
they've been sitting on it since beginning of March.
Since
Yeah, they
March.
knew that
Microsoft.
since March.
Microsoft gangster. They gangster.
Yeah.
They get it in plain sight. That's gangster.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's gangster. I ain't gonna lie, that's gangster.
And they actually showed. Did you
But
watch the
look how
Digital Foundry
comfortable-
video where they actually pulled it out of a handbag? They said they pulled it out of a handbag during the
Look
Digital
how
Foundry.
Yeah, they
ahead,
literally
look how
did.
ahead Microsoft is, y'all. Look how
Well, I'm gonna
ahead they
get the
are.
Series S for my kids, definitely. And like I got like 5 Xboxes in my house. I got the One X in my game room. And then in my movie room, I got the One S. And then my kids got the One S, and my son got the OG Xbox One. So
Yeah.
when it's time to upgrade them, they gonna get the Series S's, and
And you
I'm
got
definitely
kids,
gonna have.
so I know you feel me on this. You got them Game Pass, don't you?
Oh, they love it.
They love
What's
it.
so lovely?
Oh,
My youngest daughter was a PlayStation girl, so I'm like, okay, I get on PS. But
Yeah.
she's watching me and my son play all these games on Xbox. On her birthday last year, can I get an Xbox? We just
Mhm.
packed that PlayStation up and just
Yep.
moved it to the side.
Imagine
It
that.
ain't me putting thoughts in her head. She make her own decisions.
Imagine
Like my
being a
oldest daughter,
kid.
yeah, my oldest daughter, she's 20. She a PlayStation girl. I buy her PlayStation whenever it come out. But my baby girl and my son, they like Xbox. So it's a reason.
Man, I couldn't imagine being a kid with Game Pass, man.
Oh my
Man,
goodness.
they just frying stuff
I'm
every day.
thinking back at like playing
I'll
like,
I'll
Like-
tell you how it is.
I
Them
would've been
fighting
like,
for 10
Mommy.
minutes which game they're gonna play.
And it don't hurt your pocket.
there's so many damn games to play that you have to fight over which one to. Which
Yeah,
one
that's,
to choose,
that's exactly
man.
what they
Like,
do. They all
yeah.
sit on the screen like, I want to play this, I want to play this, and you're like, just
Bro.
choose one.
You don't need to go to Blockbuster no more. You
But bro,
you don't need to rent a game for like 3 days and bring it back. You can rent.
Yep.
You can play that game to the end as much as you want.
Bro, I'll be if I
And then
was
check
a
this
kid
out.
on the block with Game Pass and all my friends, bro, I would have been. And people would have been jealous. They would have been like, they would have went back home and like, I don't know, mom.
Man, these kids don't know nothing about Blockbuster, bro. I'm telling you.
I need that.
I'm gonna tell
Xbox
you
mama.
the most important thing that happened to me as far as gaming. One of my best friends, I know him for a while. I call him Rusev, 'cause he's from Bulgaria. I call him Rusev, and he a hardcore PC guy. And I don't build PCs, I buy them. So when I bought my damn Alienware PC last year, he was like, "Shit, your shit on point." Yeah, yeah. So we talked. He's like, "Yeah, he gonna upgrade." He hit me yesterday. He said, "Man, did you see the Xbox Series S reveal?" I said, "Yeah, you know I did." I think I'm gonna buy an Xbox Series S.
Yeah.
I said, "You okay? You got a fever?" He said, "Yeah, man, it's looking good." He said, "I'm still gonna be my computer guy and PlayStation." He said, "But that Series S looking real good." I said, "Hey, get up there. We good. Let's go."
I'm telling you.
And we used to argue every night at work over PC versus console. I'm like, dude, you can't compare PC because, like you said, he a PC gamer from the jump. I just bought a PC last year and my PC just stomped his in the dirt. I don't even use the damn thing.
one
My
thing,
PC probably stomped 90% of people online right now,
one thing
but I
about
just
us,
don't
we
use
don't
it.
mind. Come on, you want to get?
Shit.
Come on,
I
join
don't
us.
even play on the damn thing.
Come play with us. You want PC? Hey, I play with a lot of people on PC, yo, especially Forza Horizon. I play with a lot of PC guys. They don't even have an Xbox, but cool. Come on,
Yeah,
I'm
game is
good.
supposed to be fun, man.
Yeah, I'm
And
good. I ain't
social
tripping.
media, I ain't gonna lie, social media is trying to take the fun out of it
They
because
are. They are.
That's why I don't have
you know
Xbox.
you got it on both sides, Xbox, PlayStation, whatever. Try to
Man,
take it out, but
that's just more players, man. More people playing the game, the
yep,
more players, less queue
the more the
times.
merrier.
Yeah, I'm good. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. Because at the end of the day, like I told a dude one day, I said, even if say Gears for whatever reason went to PlayStation, guess where the fuck I'm gonna play Gears at? I'm gonna play on
Yeah,
Xbox.
yeah.
I don't care where it goes. I'm gonna play where I want to play at. But I ain't gonna lie, if God of War came to Xbox, I'm gonna buy a PlayStation.
You
Because
guys
I'd
know,
rather play with the Xbox controller. That's just me. But
yeah,
yeah, it don't bother me, man. I don't care what games go, who can play them, as long as I
Right.
can play them. That's all that matters. As
Exactly.
long as I can play them, man, I'm gonna call it a day.
there's nothing wrong playing on PC, man. I've been playing on PC since the '90s. It's not bad.
They're like PC, like as old as I remember, like I remember playing Unreal Tournament,
Oh,
the
Damn.
that was a
original one.
That was
wave.
like the, yeah, yeah.
That was a
That
wave.
one and Doom were the classics.
Like,
Quake.
cause I played Doom and Quake on my 64. I didn't even play that on the PC. Like I had the 64 versions of those, but like Unreal Tournament, that was my PC game for the longest time. Like even through middle school, I remember playing games like Unreal Championship. Unreal Championship was on the Xbox. I played that on the Xbox, but
Facts.
Unreal Tournament, I played Unreal Tournament 3 when that came out. I played that on PC. That was just my PC game for a while. Like, you know, I didn't have like I wasn't like I didn't have a preferred platform, you know what I mean? For the
Right.
Yeah,
longest
yeah.
time, but like the Xbox came out and Halo changed a lot of shit for me. Cuz for the
And
longest time like everybody was playing PS1 and I was playing the 64. Like that was my shit. I liked playing like shit like Mario Kart on there. Fucking like they had a lot of good exclusives on there too. The fucking
You ever played
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye?
GoldenEye was
Yeah, they
my
did.
shit,
Yeah,
man.
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye
We
was
used to do
fire.
the couch thing on GoldenEye,
Yeah,
man.
bro, I'm telling you, nobody could beat me in that shit. No odd
GoldenEye
job
was
either.
fire.
No odd job either. Fuck that.
Man.
You know, when I first started
GoldenEye.
playing PC, man, I started playing with games like Flight Simulator, and then one of the games that caught my eye was Age of Empires from Microsoft.
Oh
Age of
yeah, I
Empires was
forgot about.
fire.
I didn't even think
And
about
that's the
that.
Game
Yeah,
Pass right
bro.
now. So I don't have a console, guys. I'm just a PC guy. So I got game. You're not gonna believe this, but the first time I saw the Senua trailer was in March or April this year. I didn't even know the Xbox had a new box because I've never been into consoles.
Damn.
But that thing for
Oh
Senua,
shit.
man, that caught my eye, and that's one of the reasons I'm trying to buy I guess a Series X this time. That shit was
You
dope. But
got
right now, since I got Game Pass, Age of Empires, definite Definite edition.
Yeah.
For
They're
free.
It's on there, man. It's
Age
on
of
there right now.
Empires, yeah, Age of Empires, and then Age of Empires 2 and 3 is coming out definitive
Yeah,
edition.
definitely. No,
Man, that's
it's on
gonna be
PC. It's,
For
I've been
Bro.
playing it through Game
free.
Pass.
on Game Pass.
Just
Yeah.
play it. Just
Yeah, I've had it for a couple of weeks now, several weeks, along with the Flight Simulator, which is
I can't.
pretty neat.
I don't think people are giving
Hey, fuck
Age enough credit, bro, because Age of Empires 4 is coming out. I just wanted to throw that in.
Ugly.
yeah.
I went to Target, picked myself up a Xbox controller so I can play it. I've been playing the Game Pass games for PC on an Xbox controller.
So Fugly, you're primarily a PC player,
Oh
right?
man, I build my own rigs. I put
Okay.
radiators, hoses. I overclock them. Like
Liquid
extreme-
cooling, all that shit.
Oh yeah, one time I purchased 3 NVIDIA cards to do a 3-way slide, man.
Jesus
And, it
Christ.
turns out it's a kind of a waste of money because the only time you're using all 3 cards or all two cards, if you're doing a 2-way slide, is when you're in a game engine. Or if you're on desktop doing anything else, you're only using 1 card.
Okay.
Well, let
so,
me ask you this.
sorry. I was gonna ask you a question. How do you feel about these consoles coming in?
Oh,
even
man.
before the 30 series that is coming out.
The cards.
Anything. How do you feel about that?
I'm right now. I'm gaming on an RTX 2080. That's the highest card there is.
Do you know that the 3090 is bigger than the Series S?
I don't care about that, man. Once you're on
I'm just
4K,
saying.
you can't get any 4K. And if you're a gamer, once you get to about 80 frames per second and above, you can't tell. That's why you got to use software to tell the frames.
I'm just talking about the
That's
size
what I
of
was.
the card.
Oh
You
my
can't
god.
tell. You can't if you turn on a light bulb that is incandescent, look at it, close your eyes. 60 hertz, you can tell the difference. But about 80 and above, you can't visually tell the frame rates. That's why you use software to tell frame rates. If you're playing on a controller or on a PC, 80, 90 and above, you can't tell. You feel those smooth. The gameplay is pretty smooth, but it
Right.
doesn't really matter. So, I'm going to pick up a 3090 Ti when the TIs come out. But
Nice.
I want that Series X, man. I want it not just for the hardware itself, but I really like Game Pass. And I play on Steam. That's all I play on Steam games. But I really want the
Right.
Game Pass just got my eye. And the XCloud is one. Really, man, the XCloud is one of the big things. I wanna
So
try.
my question is, Game Pass is also on PC.
Yeah, that's
what
what
is
I have right now. I've
So
had it for, like,
what's
2 months
enticing?
now.
What is making you go to Xbox then? I'm curious. I'm not
I'll be
bashing.
honest with you, man. So March 17 was when we all got sent home from the COVID. So
Yeah.
I work for the government. I'm an electrician. So we were
Okay.
sent home, and I was sitting down and I was playing some games. I was playing on Steam, right? And I don't know how I came across a YouTube video that had the 2019 Game Awards, and then on that particular video, I saw Senua, and I'm like, whoa, that caught my eye. And that was in
Damn.
March or April this year. And I just started more research into it, and Senua is what caught my eye on the X Pass, to be honest. And then I guess everybody hated the July event, but man, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. That was very well done. The whole event, if you just watch it without being biased about gameplay, it was a really nice event.
It was a good
And,
event.
I agree.
Loud caught my eye.
Yeah.
Speak on it, bro.
Yeah. So I'm just
See, I
saying,
think it's just
as a PC gamer, once you're on 4K and you're about 80, 60 frames above, you don't really care, man. And you can't get any 4K. You could pay $1,500 for this card, and the only thing it's going to do is give you higher frame rates. You're not going to see them. You're not going to see them. And I'm telling you, because I use a lot of expensive NVIDIA cards to do gaming.
And see, that's why I tell people, man. I said, look, my PC pre-built Alienware. I got a GTX 2080 Ti. Just the wife called me out of the blue. I'm buying a PC. What you want?
Oh man,
I said, I won't be able to play games.
yeah.
So I was like, boom, boom, boom. But then they were like, "Oh, you bought that Alienware?" People was tagging me. You bought it. You waste. I said, dude, I'm gonna be able to do the same thing you do on the 30 series. I'm still getting 120 frames when I play games. I'm still getting 4K. Now I might not get the ray tracing as good as possible, but for one, I don't play on the thing like that. But the shit looks good as hell. I ain't missing that.
3090 is more about bragging rights, man. It is.
That's exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yeah.
That's how it's
That's
been
true.
for a while now.
But
And
you know,
I
a
see every.
gamer for decades, man. I mean, whatever the negativity and all that crap that's going on, that doesn't change the fact that I'm really into getting a Series X. You know, I don't care about all that people. That's why I don't have any social media. I really don't because there's so much
You
garbage on
enjoy it. You
there. Like,
don't need it. I swear.
like,
Social media crazy, man.
yeah, I
But
don't.
But
check this out though. The people talking about they getting this and that, give them a year after the car's launch, and then ask them what they got. Like it's one I ain't calling no name, but one dude he constantly talking shit about Xbox and PC. Then it come out, oh, I got a 1060. Well, you constantly talking about performance and power, and you shut the fuck up forever. You've
Yeah,
been a PC gamer forever, told this shit, and then I come in the scene and out the blue just shit on yours and don't even use it. Shut up. Don't talk
you
that.
buster.
But that's what they do, bro. That's what they do. Well,
yeah. I
look,
guess
y'all,
there's
my
toxic
wife, my
people
wife gave me
everywhere,
the
man.
side eye, so I gotta go,
Appreciate
fellas.
No problem,
Thank
man.
y'all.
It's a pleasure having you.
I
Great.
enjoyed it.
you, boss.
Well, nice
All
meeting you,
right,
man.
no
But
problem. Nice meeting all y'all, man. And
Take care,
And
bud.
I'm gonna ride out.
hey,
I think you're in a good point about this console war stuff. I'm more of a techie, and so I got into watching. Okay, the new consoles are coming out. Let me start learning what's going on and everything like that. And, I've been Xbox player for a while, and I've hacked a Vita, and I've got things like that where I tinker with it because I'm in the industry. But then it's just so funny how it's it's like I don't know if it's like arguing with a bunch of 12-year-olds or what. It's like what is all this information that people are not even. It's like me. I go buy a Toyota and I clown my neighbor for having a Nissan every day. And I was like, what? I don't even understand the purpose of this stuff. It's like just it doesn't make sense to me. It's like okay, he has a Nissan. That's the car he wants, and I have my Toyota, and that's what I want. I said, what's the? I don't. It's nowhere else. I don't see people just clown. I mean, you might get some iPhone and Android stuff, or Mac and PC kind of things, and everything like that. But I don't think it's toxic as I've seen with the console war stuff. So
That's one of the things that really it drags down because I was hyped. You know, I was hyped to come in on the Xbox scene, and every show or every video that I saw, every post or whatever it is, man, there's always these people coming in talking trash, and I'm like, what? Then the more I got into it, I just realized that it's an actual hate. You know, it's an actual hate from people to the console, and I don't even know why. I don't get it. It's like saying I like beef, but because I'm having ribs and you like beef and you're having a steak or ground beef on a burger, I'm trashing you because we're both having beef, but I'm saying that my piece of beef is better. I it's retarded.
yeah,
Absolutely, man. Yesterday, it's been a while since I've been like drained from social media. It was like overwhelming. I'm like, you know what? Why am I into this? Why am I checking this every 3 seconds? It's just stupid. But now I'm getting tagged. Now I'm getting tagged directly, like so I'm somebody, like talking shit to me. I'm like, okay,
Right.
you are somebody, man.
So I guess
We're all somebody.
the whole fight about the VRAM thing that happened the day before yesterday because I think it was the end of the day yesterday. I was watching a video by Dirt and he's talking about all the negativity and this and that. I had no idea that thing was going on, man. I have no social media at all. So I found out day after they were arguing about it. And I think I posted a video for you guys, link. And there, I saw a
Hmm.
statement on a webpage that it was saying that some of these devs were being paid to do this.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah,
believe it.
definitely.
I
it's
haven't
just
seen
because
that.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't understand if I'm not a developer, man, but I am very well handy with the computer. I build them, you know. This whole thing that they were talking about is just nonsense. I don't understand. But
I
I
mean,
didn't hear about it till the following day. You know,
that was the part that was confusing to me. That I mean, yes, I understand it's 4 teraflops. It's not as powerful as the DX, but everything inside, all the components with the RDNA 2, the SSD, it must be a better. It's better tech inside to develop
think of
than
it as
the
think of
last
it as
console.
lanes.
So
No,
yeah,
think of it as lanes. You know, yes, your car is, you know, it's a sports car. You can go 100 miles an hour, but how much luggage can you carry? None. So then you come out with a truck or 18 wheeler that can carry way
yeah, but
more.
he's not gonna get that quick. So he's not gonna get there so as fast. So
No, because it's a different platform. I
no,
mean,
somebody gave me that example, kind of like with a fuel injection, and somebody else was using some kind of like, car. They both go the same. They both have the same like horsepower, but one is more efficient than the other, and I get that part. But the thing is, the drag, the attack that Xbox had yesterday from it was like, why are we talking about this right now? It's like that's the part that baffles me though.
I'm gonna tell you straight out from a computer, because they're both doing 86 architecture. It's computer
Yes,
architecture. They're all the
Yeah.
consoles doing this. Now check this out. If you're gonna right now, you turn on your X Series S, right, and you turn on your Xbox. I think the One X. Turn them both on. They're both gonna get up to 1440p or whatever. The minute you turn on the other features like ray tracing, shaders, and all the other stuff, your Xbox One is gonna freeze because it just can't handle all of that. Now maybe less memory, it maybe less teraflops, but it's a different technology, so it's able to handle better features. With the other one, it's just like if you're going from DDR2 to DDR3,
I was about to ask that.
you can do
Apparently
DDR3 with
this
1
has
terabyte.
DDR6.
Yeah, yeah. So it's different. It's a different. How would I say it? It's a different bandwidth. So people are not seeing that, and most people are not tech savvy. So I guess they all get confused about all the bullshit that's going on.
Yeah, that's true. It is a different technology, so.
I just want to say one thing about the 3080. I just feel like the only thing it'll be for is better. Like it could run ray tracing with like 60 frames now. Better, more consistently. I think that would be more like the big difference with the cards. Nothing really, else than that. But I don't really know. But that's just what I think.
Yeah, that so people are paying $1,500 for the. I probably you guys don't know.
Ray tracing, better.
Yeah,
ray
for
tracing.
$1,500 for that Nvidia card, man. It's fine if you want to do that, but it isn't really cost.
All right.
Yeah,
You know what? Let's talk about what price could these SSD expansions could be. Because this shit is not cheap. Having an Xbox Series S is at 512 gigs of an SSD. How much do these expansions will cost, man?
They're gonna be.
Oh man, they're going to be expensive. There's no doubt about it.
And,
It's going to be.
and if these companies will actually allow this shit to be expensive, because if
It
you
has
put it
to
too
be.
expensive over there, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, it has to be, man. Right now, go to any website, any man.
Yeah, I've seen them. It's
Pull up 1 terabyte of SSD. None of these cards have the features that the ones from Microsoft has. None of them. They're standard SSDs, probably SATA 3 bandwidth. So they're very low. Even if, let's say, you have a 4 terabyte SSD right now, it doesn't have the features that the one for the Xbox guys will have, because
Because these are NVMe, right?
What is the speeds? Is what? It's a
so they're SATA 3 right now.
3, right? It's a 3.
No, 6 gigabytes per second. It's the
That
cap.
is
yeah, but that's in
crazy.
compression, right?
No,
No,
that's
they have NVMe's. That's what they're running. They're running NVMe, so they have, which is a
but
lot
I think
faster
it's,
than SATA. Yeah.
Yes.
How many per second, gigs per second, though?
It depends on
For
the-
NVMe's,
Is an Xbox like 2.5 raw and with compression around 5 and 6, something like that?
Yes, yeah.
4.8.
you're
So
right.
2 point. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
fast. That's very fast. That's gonna be some expensive shit.
But everybody's talking about this SSD stuff. You can still do it the old-fashioned way. If you have your network storage, you save your games there, and then whenever you want to play them, you just swap them. Move the ones from the internal to the network storage, and then move the one you
Yeah,
want to play
true.
back into the internal. It's no big deal.
I think the problem is because the Xbox One is basically off the market NVMe. That one is actually in the market right now, so you can get a gander of the price on that. Now it's the one that the PlayStation uses, the speed that the PlayStation is trying to produce on there. Those haven't came out to the market yet, and the ones that's close to it, they have their own cooling system on it, so it has its own fan or something that heat sink on the memory card itself because they run so fast they get hot. So if they have a memory slot on the PS5 and you're trying to run at that speed and you can't put in a standard, you just can't go buy an off-the-shelf NVMe. You're one because they have heat sinks, but you have to find one without a heat sink and one that has the same memory speed as what the PlayStation 5 is supposed to be doing. It's going to be pretty expensive. And I've seen one when they were talking about the Samsung one. It's going to be like $400 or $500 just for a gig. And there's an imitation one that's like $300.
Is that you speak about that? They talking, they laughing, they like, ha ha, Xbox, you gotta pay for like a proprietary, like you can't buy a off brand or a third party, like you have to buy Seagate. Ha ha ha. We could buy whatever we want. I'm like, you motherfuckers think that shit's gonna be cheap regardless. Like, you guys are idiots.
The
The
next time they
PlayStation SSD is so fucking fast. That shit, the what you're gonna need, like you said, the Samsung one, how much it was?
500. I see it.
Come on, bro.
Jesus.
You guys are
We're
crazy.
talking
They
about a
they
whole
are
console just for memory.
Come on, man.
And about that proprietary slot, the memory card or the SSD the Xbox gonna have, that's just the initial deal. Seagate has the first like dibs on the SSD of Xbox, but I can bet that after 1 or 2 years maybe, you're gonna see a lot more third party making those SSDs.
Facts.
Yeah, that's the only
Yeah.
difference is
Yeah,
basically
definitely happen.
Yeah.
if you get more to if it's more to market that built your product, then the price will go down. But if Seagate is the only one that's ever going to make this memory card for Xbox, then the price will probably stay the same because of the way they make it. Now that's the only advantage that the PlayStation probably has is that they can give out the specs to these different manufacturers, and they all make their own cards, and eventually they'll drive down the price based on competition.
competition.
So,
yeah.
yeah, that's the only difference is. So it can start out a higher price in the beginning, but then eventually be cheaper if Microsoft doesn't give that out to like Western Digital or somebody else
Do you
to start
see?
making their cards.
Do you see the third-party cards undercutting the main cards? How long do you think until those start getting processed?
After a year, I think.
Yeah, a year or two, I think, and they have a good reason to because all these new NVIDIA cards and AMD cards are going to need it, and then if they go with that standard where Microsoft is the only one doing the specialized card where you plug in and everybody else's, you just put yours in a 4.0 PCI port, then you are going to have more manufacturers leaning towards the PlayStation way, unfortunately. So
Now
with
remember,
the faster cards.
the Xbox got the Velocity architecture as well. So the games that take advantage of it will have like smaller size files and all that tech jargon that is going to make the files smaller. And then the what's the available rate shaders, like the shit that you don't see is not going to be rendering, like it's only going to render what you can see. So it's going to have like a lot more, like it's going to be, they're saying all that stuff is going to make the size of the game smaller, they say. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, but that is a software solution though for a hardware problem. So
yeah,
a lot of times hardware will still win out in the software based game. So, but we have to see how it works in actual,
because they was
gameplay.
even saying with the Velocity architecture, like you could go up to 10 gigabytes of SSD speed, like in theory. So we gonna see how that works out with the software, that they got on the back end. I don't see PlayStation talking about nothing.
So one of the things I don't understand, man, is with everything that's going on right now. It's a great time to be a gamer. It doesn't really matter what platform. I mean, I'm happy for the PC side. I want
Absolutely.
to jump on console. And I'll be honest with you, man, I wanted to get all consoles, including the Nintendo, not the regular one, but the one coming out is supposed to be a 4K console. I think they call it the Twitch Pro or Twitch 2 or something. But after all the stuff that I've seen and hearing, I'm not sure I want to get a PlayStation now because a lot of those dudes are just too toxic and negative, man. I'm not sure if that's going to be like playing multiplayer. One of the things about PC games, it's all about multiplayer, man. Not very rarely on a single, what do they call it, campaign modes. Mostly about multiplayer. That's the most fun you can spend doing multiplayer. I mean, look at the Fall Guys game. Everyone's having fun. It doesn't not about the graphics. It's about the multiplayer.
I'm gonna tell you
exactly.
One thing,
That's true.
If Sony has 10 days to announce a price, or else it's over. They have 10 days because if they allow Xbox to open up pre-orders with that system at $299 and PlayStation still don't have a price out, some dudes might be like, you know what? Fuck that. Let me go pre-order this Xbox, bro.
No, they're announcing the
For real.
pre-order.
They got 10
Especially at
days.
that price.
Well, you think about it, they're gonna announce the price because when they had their June show, they said they wasn't gonna announce. They didn't say they was gonna show the console, and they end up showing the console at the end. So it's gonna be probably their big one thing at the end is their pricing and everything
They
like
could,
that. So.
well, at this point, they might as well. You know what I mean? But they could hold on to it if they want to. But they got 10 days, or it's over.
I just don't imagine how does Microsoft stuff get leaked all the time. It's just
That's
crazy.
a
that
huge
stuff
fucking
gets
question,
leaked.
man. And everybody working at home, how the fuck did you get leaked?
You guys,
Yeah.
I really think it didn't get leaked. I think it was planned. I mean,
Yeah,
Planned,
if something
right?
got leaked
Yeah.
3 hours,
like
2
a
hours
plan.
later, 3 hours later, they have everything
Yeah.
ready to
But
go.
here's the thing. Here's the part that contradicts that. The show they had that leaked out too, the like with a reporter and thing that they were talking about the S11S.
Those are
Mhm.
females, right?
That was
yeah.
the one that the two women.
Yeah.
They said that show was canceled because they leaked it before.
That
So
is
Yeah.
true.
they had that planned. Now they had to scratch that and did what they did these past 2 days. So
Got to give it to Jason though. He
there
did
must
a-
be a power struggle in Microsoft. I think half of it is like we need to be more aggressive, counter everything Sony does, attack before they do, and I think the other half is like let's wait, we got a plan, blah blah blah, do this, do that, and then I think somebody on the other side said fuck it, here's the plans, throw it out there, and let's see the bomb go off and let's see what
Yeah.
happens.
But you think about it.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Bro.
No, go ahead.
Oh,
No, I think it's just one of those things where it may be a power struggle, or it's just they got one of those developers that's or he's like gun ho, it's like right, let's go ahead and just show the price, or Sony got the inside man or something. I don't know. That's just hey, let's push this button because they have the whole Xbox briefing leaked out today. And it's kind of crazy to see that online right now. So
that's a very good point. But think about it. In the span of 4 or 5 hours, there is no way that Jason Ronald is going to make that video and that whole.
No, that was made before, way before.
That video was
that's
crispy.
all pre-made.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that video was crispy. So, but
You could tell, like even the setting of that was like it was really good. It looked really good.
yeah. Xbox is really killing it right now, man. Not even being a fanboy, like they really doing some good shit right now.
But you know one thing I don't like about Xbox, and I noticed that about a month ago. I think it was right after the July show, is that Sony is vicious, man. They got focus. They're focused on what they're doing. I mean, when they're hiring all these companies to do, what do they call it, exclusive deals, and hiring like that guy. I can't stand that dude. The guy from the pre-show, the
Jeff Keighley.
that guy, yeah. They did a deal with him so he promotes PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
That's what he
Sony
does.
point, and I'm not trying to trash him. I'm actually it's a compliment because that's what you got to do in a company. It's a business, and they got to be on it. And Microsoft is more like, well,
And
you
that
know,
what you're
Yeah.
saying is one of the biggest criticism as Xbox fans we have
yeah,
is
they're-
that they start well and then for some reason they just stop and you're like okay,
drop
and there's
the ball.
this whole argument that okay, you don't have exclusive games, make third party deals. They don't do the third party deals, and then comes Sony does the third party deal with Call of Duty or has it with X Game or whatever, and then Xbox gets like left behind. And you're totally right. Sony is extremely aggressive and cutthroat in that point. We wish Microsoft would be a little bit more of that, like the 360 days, but for some reason, their like culture right now inside Xbox is not that.
I think
So even though go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think it starts from the top down, man. The top
No,
down is
it's
very
Phil
mellow.
Spencer.
He's a nice guy. I think he's
He's
just a nice guy.
extremely nice.
He is not on it. If you look at somebody was telling me on Twitter, Xbox is always including PlayStation and following PlayStation and giving them messages and tweets. PlayStation doesn't do that to Xbox. They
Nope.
don't. They don't. So that tells you something. They're serious about their business, and these guys are more like, hey, and I don't know. If
That's the whole kumbaya mentality and shit. But
they really need to be on.
but maybe Microsoft is actually just wanting to play a different game. They're not into the console war.
I think it's just when
look at what
it's their
Anthony-
transparency.
He's right. Look at Anthony. So Sony's getting another deal where they're getting, like somebody was saying, GTA, Grand Theft Auto 6.
No, that's not gonna happen. No,
Well,
that's
I
too much
mean-
money.
No,
So to get a publisher to get one, I think it was the Spider-Man. I don't watch any superhero movies. I don't care for the superhero games, but I guess there was an uproar about it, where they're able to do a whole character for a platform only. I mean, look at that. That tells you something. So they could easily do a whole game for a platform only.
Because they know where to attack
They could.
Microsoft and their weaknesses. Right now, it's content,
Yeah.
first party, and exclusive.
Microsoft could have did the next day. They could have did Black Panther, knowing that we know it happened. They could have
They could
done
have.
that, and everybody would have bought that.
They could have, but like Fugly said, somebody on the top is just doesn't want to pull the trigger on these things.
Yeah.
Why? I really don't know.
Right, that's a really good question. Because if they dropped something like that, that would sell. That would be a barn burner. You know what I mean? Especially with the Series S price being the lowest entry point. That's what I think. If they
You're
drop
gonna
an
really see how
exclusive,
aggressive these guys are. How I mean, they're serious about their sales. I mean, on Wednesday you're gonna find that out. But
Oh yes,
somebody told me that Phil was saying, "Oh, we don't care about hardware sales." You don't say that on when you're pushing a console. You don't say things like that. It's contradicting. You know.
I think he's at the in the moment kind of speak guy because he kind of does do some of the double speak. You can't say you're not about console sales and then drop a $300 console. So it's kind of crazy that he says that, but I think, and then he says his competition is what Google and what, Amazon. And next thing you know, I'm making a more powerful console than the PlayStation 5. So it's sometimes I don't know who's his audience he's talking to, but he does do a lot of double speak where he's saying one thing but then showing us something different.
Well, now he's opened up a bigger front, man. You know, if you're gonna fight a war, you focus on your enemy. But now they went against Stadia, they went against Switch. They've always had Sony there, and now on PC. Yeah,
yeah, they're turning into Jack of all trades, master of none. That's
so
the problem.
They better get their studio. And you know, it is about software, man, because the software is what drives the sales. So if their studios start pulling in some big bangers, I think people are turning around and you know.
And that's why we buy these consoles, right? We buy it on the promise, right? The promise of what we're going to get in the future. We don't buy it for what really we have now, because if that was true, everybody would have bought the Xbox One last gen, and then nobody would have bought the PlayStation 4. It was all about the promise of what we're going to get in the future. And that's what they're showing. They're showing us a roadmap of what they're trying to plan, and hopefully they just keep putting more to it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, look at me. For the past 10, 15 years, I had no idea about consoles, man. I was focused on PC. But then I saw that clip for Senua, man. That really caught my eye. And, I mean, if that game alone, it would have been a launch title, that would have been worth it. You know, that would have been worth the whole thing.
Definitely,
yeah, man, I definitely agree with that, man. Because that game, that game looks amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I haven't seen anything look better.
I paid
Huh?
$1 to Game Pass for PC. And $1, man, I beat Halo, I beat Senua, a bunch of other games. But so after I saw that video, I heard about the Game Pass thing, so I signed up for $1 and I played Senua from start to finish.
I'm telling you, you can't go wrong with Hellblade, man. That game is fucking amazing.
Yeah. One good thing they did was they got that developer.
Definitely. And I think a lot of people are sleeping on Ninja Theory, like putting out 3 different types of games, just from them alone, like that's big in my opinion.
Oh man, you got to
think
give it to
they-
Obsidian, man. Obsidian's killing it right
Obsidian as well, and also Playground. Playground might be one of the best studios out there.
You guys hear
Absolutely.
that statement of the Obsidian, one of the top guys, that they're working on a secret game on top of everything they're doing right now? I don't know if you guys saw that. If you look it up,
Yeah, I think I saw that. Yeah,
yeah,
But
they have a secret IP that they're working on right now.
I'm with the thought that Obsidian is turning into the
Bethesda.
not even that. They're turning into little by little, without letting anybody notice them, the best. Well, not the best, but Microsoft's best developer.
Yeah.
And I understand a lot of people don't like Grounded, how it looks, whatever, but people are playing that game. A lot of people like the game, and as far as I can tell, and what Microsoft cares about is that if people are playing it and people are buying it, they don't care if they have hate on it. Look at Sea of Thieves. Look at the amount of hate that game has, and there's millions of people playing that motherfucker.
You know why they play those games? Plain and simple.
Multiplayer. Yep.
Multiplayer. If both of those games were single player, nobody would be playing that. It's about the multiplayer. You know,
That's an experience that Sony doesn't have.
Oh, I heard they're making that multiplayer.
And that's the thing. Now they're investing in multiplayer.
Yeah. Oddly enough, they're using Microsoft servers, which is weird.
Funny.
Yeah, I think these ponies and Xbox haters forget that Sony bent the knee.
Maybe.
You don't ever hear about that.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, why
Anyway,
does Xbox not stomp out Sony? Because they're a customer.
That's true.
I don't know. It's like Burger King and McDonald's. Did you guys know it's the same owner? Same company.
What?
Yeah.
I know
Burger King and
Popeyes
McDonald's
on whatever.
is the same-
Maybe
yeah,
they do.
Burger King and McDonald's is the same company.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, look it up. They bought each other years ago, man.
Huh. That is different because like the thing happened with Super America and Marathon, the gas stations, and then they just kind of like fused.
I mean, if you think about it, like clearly, the investors of one company most likely going to be in the investors of the other company. Those guys are always around, so yeah,
Right.
you might have a point there.
Well, I'm gonna have to let y'all go. I know it's been great talking to you.
Yeah, I
I'm
think-
gonna see
I think-
y'all on Monday.
Devin, how long are we?
You want to cap it off here then?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
we
can
had
cap
a
it off
good
here.
discussion,
So-
man. It was
so-
a good
so-
time.
Last thoughts, guys. What do you guys think is going to happen? Last thoughts on the next week's Sony's appearance, because that's basically the big news besides the Xbox Series S. We covered good Xbox news right now. We talked about a lot, but we didn't get to hear you guys talk about PlayStation next week. So, last thoughts about that, so we can close it.
I hope they kill it. I hope Sony does good for their fans. You know why? Plain and simple, because when multi-billion-dollar companies compete, who wins?
Us.
The gamers, the consumers. So if they kill it, they'll enjoy their games. I hope they do good by their fans. That's all.
Yeah, I think my prediction is they're going to come out with a price point. I'm still thinking I'm leaning on 550 and 500. The disc has 550. The disc was 500, and I'm going to say they're going to come out with a multi because they got killed in multiplayers. So I'm thinking they were looking at something to compete against Halo, and Resistance and SOCOM were probably their biggest bet, and they're gonna announce the multiplayer for Last of Us 2.
Okay.
Are
I
you guys
can.
buying these console?
What was that?
Are you guys buying the console? I mean, if the price is good, of course, but if the price is average or the same, what do you guys
Well,
think?
yeah, it depends. I think I wanted to buy both of them day one, but sometimes budget doesn't come out. So I'm getting.
Yeah.
Don't forget about All Access, man, for $24.
Yeah, but I'm not in the States. So I don't live in the States, so I don't get it. I don't. So yeah, I don't get all access over here. So.
I'm still I'm still thinking 600, man. I don't know. For the one with the disc drive, I'm still thinking 600.
Don't underestimate Sony, man. They are aggressive. They're gonna make a statement. Watch.
Oh, of course, next week I'm expecting fire. That's what I'm expecting. So yeah. Anybody else?
I'm expecting it to be good, or I'm hoping that it's good because competition is a good thing. But if it's bad, I'm gonna talk shit. So it's a win-win for me.
Devin, man, you crack me up with your videos.
It's gonna be scrap punks. It's gonna be all over, man. Yeah.
Anybody else?
Any last shots before we end the show?
No, just great talking to you guys. I know I've been listening to y'all for a while, and y'all have a great podcast on Weebly Green. So
Same here, man. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, brother.
Great.
No problem.
thanks for
Nice
having
talking
us
to you
on.
guys.
Man, thanks for everybody coming on. Thanks for everybody that tuned in to this off the cuff show. We're talking shit, we're talking specs, we're talking it all, man. And overall, just remember to keep it Xbox, everybody. That's why I get any last thoughts from y'all before we end it.
Let's just be happy that we're getting entertainment in these tough times. That's all I can say, basically.
Yeah, that's always the good part. All right, y'all.
Facts, man. All right. Have a good night, y'all.
Take
Take
care,
care,
man.
bro.